We have the tools available today to lead a healthy 105-year lifespan, and I'll summarize it all in this video. Plus, at the end, we'll go through the emerging therapies in the longevity field that will help push us towards a healthy 120-year lifespan. Let's get into it. Right now in the USA, the average life expectancy has declined to only 76.1 years, with the leading causes of death being heart disease, cancer, strokes, and Alzheimer's disease, all of which can be significantly reduced with a great lifestyle. Starting with diet. We want to be eating whole foods, none of this processed rubbish. We want a variety of protein sources, aiming for 1.6 grams of protein intake per kilogram of body weight per day, particularly from foods such as beans, nuts, seeds, legumes, fish, and other lean cuts of meat. We want plenty of whole vegetables and fruits. Now, on the point of fruits, you can see online a lot of people extrapolating mice data, where they gave the mice high doses of pure fructose. So fructose is the sugars found in fruit. Lo and behold, giving mice pure fructose is terrible for them. So that's led to a lot of people online saying that fructose is found in fruits and therefore fruits are bad. That is terrible advice. Whole fruits are fantastic for humans because they're a rich source of fiber. But on the point of sugar, we do want to be overall reducing our sugar intake, but again, this does not include fruits. We also want to be reducing our salt intake, because a lower salt intake is associated with a reduction in blood pressure. Now, it's crucial for the diet that you follow to be sustainable in the long term, according to your tastes and preferences. There's no point in following a great diet for 2 or 3 months, only to go back to the standard American diet. We absolutely need to be exercising regularly, and this includes both resistance training and aerobic training. And I can't emphasize enough how crucial resistance training is, so I strongly recommend to all of my patients that I see in the clinic to see a personal trainer at least once a month or once a quarter to make sure that their lifting techniques such as deadlifts or squats are correct, and that they're progressively overloading their bodies in a safe manner. And the final lifestyle habits that I always mention to my patients are to make sure that they're having great sleep, minimal or no alcohol, no smoking, life purpose, and that they're regularly socializing and meditating. Now let's do some troubleshooting. So say for example, you're doing all of those lifestyle habits, but you're still overweight. What can you do then? Well, thankfully, medicine has now got some fantastic options to help with your weight loss journey, starting with a class of medications called SGLT2. These medications are game changers for weight loss, and they are designed to be used over the long term. Next is blood pressure. Now ideally we want our systolic blood pressure, so that's the top number, to be below 130. So if your blood pressure is above that level, despite all of those great lifestyle habits, then it's worth discussing with your doctor about blood pressure medications. Next are cholesterol levels, and I do want to spend some time on this because on social media there's a lot of confusion, but in the medical world it's clear cut. I want to start by emphasizing that cholesterol is essential for life. It's needed for our cell membranes to create hormones such as testosterone. It's crucial for bile production so that we can digest fats, and the list goes on. So no cholesterol equals no life. Now, we've known for decades that every cell in our body can produce its own cholesterol, and that organs such as the liver can produce extra cholesterol in case other cells need a temporary top-up, which means we need a cholesterol transportation system to move that cholesterol around the body. And primarily, the extra cholesterol is transported via our bloodstream, but this raises a problem. The blood is primarily water, and cholesterol repels water. Think of trying to mix water and oil. It doesn't work and they separate out. So the body needs to package up that cholesterol into a vehicle so that it can be transported in the blood. And that vehicle is a spherical ball called a lipoprotein, with the cholesterol in the center and the lipoprotein creating a protective layer, and that outer layer, it does mix well with water. So now we can transport that cholesterol around the body. So it's crucial to remember that the cholesterol that we measure in the blood, it's only a tiny fraction of the body's total cholesterol levels. And it's during this transport that some of the cholesterol can get dumped into our blood vessel walls and cause blockages. So which cholesterol vehicles or lipoproteins do we need to worry about? Well, as a broad simplification, the lipoproteins have either got an ApoA tag or an ApoB tag, and it's the ApoB family that we need to worry about. These are the ones that can dump cholesterol into the blood vessels, and it's the entire ApoB family that can cause these problems. So you may see online some people saying that you only need to worry about small dense LDL particles or oxidized LDL. This is incorrect. It's the entire ApoB family that we need to worry about. And we know from multiple human randomized controlled studies that when we actively lower ApoB in the blood, we lower the chance of heart attacks. So if your ApoB levels are high despite a great lifestyle, I strongly advise that you discuss with your doctor about the possibility of starting rosuvastatin and ezetimibe. Both of these medications are off patent and they work fantastically together to lower ApoB. And on the point of side effects, on social media the side effect profile of statins, they've been massively overblown. So let's go through the data. In a meta-analysis of over 125,000 patients, we can see that the risks of muscle damage are broadly similar between statins and a placebo. Statins are not associated with cognitive impairment and actually might be protective against Alzheimer's disease. We can also see that statins have no effect on total testosterone levels. The next tool to help us lead a healthy 105-year lifespan is cancer screening. We absolutely don't want to wait for symptoms to appear before we detect and treat cancer. So we've got well-documented bowel cancer screening programs, mammograms, cervical smears, prostate screening, and yearly skin checks. Once all of that is taken care of, then we can discuss supplements. So there are some supplements that make a difference for human health. So we've got creatine for muscle performance. Multivitamins aren't a bad option so long as the multivitamin doesn't mega dose anything. We can also consider omega-3, and then we've got hyaluronic acid and collagen peptides for skin health. So broadly speaking, those are all the tools in our toolkit to help us lead a healthy 105-year lifespan. Now I want to discuss the emerging therapies that are just around the corner. But before I do, everything that I've mentioned in this video is a small summary, and if you do want to accelerate your longevity journey and support the channel, consider signing up to my Patreon, where all members get access to my 5 years younger online program that goes through the optimal diet, exercise, sleep, and skincare routine taken directly from the clinical guidelines. Plus, from the powerhouse support level and above, you get access to the Discord server, where you can connect with me and other members as we share the latest longevity research and answer questions. Proceeds go towards funding the rapamycin clinical study, which is the first emerging therapy that I want to discuss. We've got fantastic mice data showing that mice who were given rapamycin have a 20% longer lifespan. So I've set up a human clinical study to examine the effects of rapamycin and muscle performance. The next emerging therapy is a class of medication called SGLT2 inhibitors. So from the age of about 30 to 35, our kidney function, it gradually declines, but it looks like by using this class of medication, we can significantly reduce that decline. And the studies on this class of medication are coming in thick and fast. Low-dose Finasteride is next, so we've got a long-term study showing that Finasteride, it lowers the chances of prostate cancer. So I wouldn't be surprised in the near future if the clinical guidelines are updated to suggest using Finasteride in males to reduce prostate cancer rates. And the final therapy that I'm very excited about is called 17-alpha estradiol. This molecule is a non-feminizing version of estrogen, and when it was tested by the interventions testing program in mice, it extended male lifespan by a whopping 19%. And future human studies examining this molecule are sorely needed. So we've briefly gone through a lot of content in this video, and if you do want further information about cholesterol and how to lower it, make sure to check out this next video here. A massive thank you to DoNotAge.org for their $10,000 donation to my rapamycin study. They are a health research organization, and to benefit from their ingredients as well as a 10% discount code, check out the pinned comment.